Hey sixth graders, Mrs. Riley here, and today in this video I am going to talk to you about how to cite your sources for your upcoming ILA project using the website MyBib. So the first thing you're going to do is type in mybib.com in the address bar. Now when this comes up, your screen may look a little bit different than mine because I've signed into MyBib before and you haven't. You want to click in the top right hand corner, login, and then sign in with Google. It'll take you back to the front page, and the title of the project is My First Project, but you will want to change that to ILA paper or something like that so that you know where your citations are being saved. This is why we signed in, so that MyBib will save our citations. The first thing you are going to do is just click Add a Citation. There are lots of different options that you have for what types of sources, including under More, there's a giant list. The first one we're going to do is a book, and I just chose a random topic for this video so that I can give you a couple examples of sources to cite. So the topic that I chose was cheerleading, and I just grabbed a book from the library. Now normally you use this top barcode to check in and check out, but today we are going to use this bottom barcode, which is the ISBN number, and that stands for International Standard Book Number. It's a number given to every book ever published, and it's a number that's unique to the book. This particular one is down here at the bottom. Sometimes it's on this side, sometimes it's in the middle, but it's always at the bottom. And it always starts with 978. So we are going to make sure that book is highlighted and then type in the ISBN number for this book. So 978. And then click search, and whatever MyBib finds, it will pull up right here. So you just click on it and then look to make sure all the information is correct and filled in. And right here, this little symbol just wants you to capitalize the other words in the title. So go ahead and do that if it asks you to. And then scroll down to make sure it doesn't need anything else and click Save. And there's your citation. Super easy. If it does not pull up the book with the ISBN number, make sure that you typed it in correctly, and then otherwise you can just type in the title and find it that way. The next citation that we are going to do is a print article. So just click Add Citation. This particular article is from a newspaper, so we need to click More, and then News Article. And I got this news article from News ELA, and this is just a printed copy that I scanned into my computer so I could show y'all for this video. I'm going to copy the title so that I don't have to type all of this in. Since y'all will be using actual printed articles, you are going to have to type in the full title. So I'm going to hit search. Now these are the things that MyBib found that have similar titles. None of these is the article that we were actually looking at. So at the very bottom it says enter manually. and that is where you will type in the information that is missing. If a box is highlighted in orange, then that is something that you need to fill in because MyBib couldn't find it, and it's important for a complete citation. If it has an orange star, that means it is extra important, and you want to make sure that you can find that information. Now, if you can't find the information, it's not a huge deal. Sometimes the author is not given, or sometimes the publisher is not given, and so you just have to skip it and fill in as much as you possibly can. So in this article, the author and all that information is going to be at the top. The author is Kate Shefty. So we're going to go back to MyBib and type in Kate Shefty. There was not an editor given. We're going to go back and find the date published, and that is 2/2/2017. So I'm going to type in 2017 02 02, and the title of the article, High School Cheers on Varsity Squad Member. With Down syndrome. Whoops. Okay. And then, double check the title. That's correct. The last thing it's going to ask for is the name of the news source. Now, News ELA staff adapted this article, but it was originally published in the Gazette, and we want to make sure that we give credit to the original publisher. So we're going to write the Gazette in, and then we are going to scroll down, see if we need anything else. We do not, so we are going to hit save. And notice that it put my new citation underneath the first citation, and that is because it is helping us to build our Works Cited page. So if we were not finished with all of our citations and class time was ending and the bell was ringing, but we weren't finished, because we logged in, we would be able to save these citations and they will not disappear. Now, if you forgot to log in, your citations would disappear and you would have to start over, which would be super sad. So make sure that you always sign in. Okay. Now, the last citation that we're going to do is a little bit tricky, but I wanted to make sure that I gave you an example of it. And that is how to cite an article from your Springboard textbook that you use in ILA. I know that there are kind of a lot of articles in that ILA textbook, and I want to make sure that you know how to cite them. So we're going to click Add Citation. And if you look at the top, textbook is not up here. And even on our giant long more list, textbook is not on this one either. So we are going to use book chapter because it is the closest citation that matches what we are doing. So I found an article from a Springboard textbook that we're going to use for the example on this. And it is called Most Dangerous Sport of All May Be Cheerleading. So it goes right along with our topic. When I click book chapter, all of these things are orange. So those are the things that are important for us to fill in, and super important are author of the chapter and author of the book. So instead of a specific chapter, we're using the article as the chapter. So for our article, the authors are Lisa Ling and Arash Gadasha. And because there are two authors, we have to add them both in. So we will do Lisa Ling first because she was listed first. And then click Add Another and type in the next name. Okay, there weren't any other authors listed, so we can just scroll a little. Now, there was not an editor for the chapter, but the title of the chapter is going to be the title of our article. So, most dangerous sport of all may be cheerleading. It's going to be our title. Oops, spell correctly. Maybe cheerleading. And the Springboard textbook is not written by just one person, so we can't use author of the book. We have to use organization. So if any of these that have a little arrow next to them, they have a drop-down menu, and you can choose what it's going to be. So for ours, it's organization. And the company that puts this book out, for that, we're going to have to scroll down a little bit. And over here, it gives us the copyright date, and that's going to be 2014. And the person who is credited with copywriting is the College Board. So that is technically who the author is. So under here where it asked us for the author, we switched it to organization, and this is going to be College Board. And then remember from the copyright, it said 2014. Okay, now we need title of the book and publisher still. So let's go back to our article and scroll a little. So here's the title of our book, Springboard English Language Arts Grade 6. That's our title, and our publisher is College Board. So Springboard English Grade 6. Okay, let's scroll down. Is there anything else that's orange? There isn't, but when you cite a chapter of a book, no matter what kind of book it is, you need to put a page range in, even if it's not orange. So for our article, it's going to start on page 173. It's at the bottom. And then the last page, let's scroll down, is 176. So our page range is 173 to 176. And then hit save. And there's our citation. Now it put it at the top because, because it's building our works cited page for us. And a works cited page is always going to be in alphabetical order. Now, once you have finished adding in all of your citations, I'm finished with these, you want to make a works cited page for your teacher so that you can give them your references. So MyBib is pretty fancy in that it will build a works cited page for you depending on what all you put in for your citations. And it will format it correctly in the format that your teacher wants, including the type of font and size of font, spacing, everything will be right if you use MyBib to build your works cited page. So in the top right corner, you just click Download Bibliography, and then you choose Google Drive. And it may ask you which account you want to send it to, but I've already sent things from MyBib to my Google Drive, so it did not ask me for that. And at the top, it just showed what the name of the paper was that it saved in Google Drive, so let's go find that. So open a new tab and type in drive.google.com so that you can get to your Google Drive. And once it opens, it's going to be in alphabetical order, and the name of the paper is going to be MyBib ILA paper, because remember we named it ILA paper. And then it opens our works cited page, and it's all formatted correctly. The only thing I suggest at this point is changing the title of this to maybe works cited for ILA paper so that you can find it later to add it to your paper so that your teacher has your references. I hope that you have gotten a lot out of this video. After you finish this video, you are going to answer some questions on a Google form to prove to your teacher that you did actually watch this. Remember that you always have access to this video in your Google Classroom, or you can always come and see me in the library if you need any help with anything. Good luck on your research.